Okay, like I promised, the ship graveyard. Rocket launcher, see if we can take that out. Oh, first shot. Surely that's it. Did I cop any damage then? Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was fun. I just gotta get into it. There's so much salvage here. So yeah, that was a lot of salvage. That literally took me like a whole week to do. If we just look in the cargo containers here, got tons of shit. Look at all these superconductors. G'day all, Trog here, and it's time for Space Engineers again. So last time around we took down the ship graveyard, so that was pretty crazy, pretty big. It's definitely the biggest thing I've ever done salvage wise, that's for sure. And it took me a long time to edit. So I got a comment from one of my subscribers, Sam I Am, right here. So thanks man, I always appreciate feedback, even the critical feedback. It's all good to me, I love it. But I'm just going to go into excuse mode here. That episode, all the grinding, really did take ages. Took me like well over a week to do. And by the time I got to the editing process, I was just a little bit fed up with it. So I kind of just rushed a few things. But I'll definitely keep in mind not to overuse the music like I did in that one. So, alright. I just took down the salvage of this stupid drone hive thing. It's been sitting there for a while now, from my perspective anyway. And it was the biggest thing on the game recently. Every time I went through the entity list just to delete some big objects when I was getting lag, this was always number one, so I'm kind of glad to see the end of it. Now I did also extend the multi-tool a little bit, just put on an extra cargo container and a few other little things here, just a bit of bling, I guess. And you know, I'm okay with it. Wasn't like amazing or anything. I was just trying to save a bit of time. I thought maybe more cargo would stop me docking up so much, but you know, I like my grinding ships to be nice and small, but this felt a little bit too big. But anyway, it got by. And on the salvage note, I'm getting a little bit sick of just doing it by ship, so I may want to consider a grinding pit. But look, we'll just quickly salvage the rest of this. I really do want as many plates in that as possible, and we'll talk about what's coming up in this episode. Okay, so yeah, I just want to get as many grids and plates as possible here, simply because I've got a tether I really want to build, and I need plates and grids for that because I want to do it in heavy armor. Obviously, it'll be all tubed up too, so I'm going to need tubes and all that sort of shit. And I'm not quite sure if I have enough yet. Like, I've done a lot of salvage so far, but I've done no mining, and I've worked out it's about 3k's up to 0 gravity from the mountain, so it's a lot. I don't even know if my computer can handle it, but I think there's only one way to find out, and that's just to do it. But I want to be ready. I don't want to start building it and not finish it because I run out of shit, because we're going to have to defend it as we build it, so yeah, I don't want it half done. So my next job is either to build a salvage pit, just to save me doing all this salvaging, or to build a miner. And I'm in two minds about the salvage pit on the moon, because number one, every time I bring in a enemy ship to a salvage grid, if it's within range of my guns, I've got to turn my guns off. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. Number two, every time I capture a ship to put it in the salvage pit, I have to make sure I can like fly it in there or have a heavy lifter to take it there. One or the other. And I also got to defend the salvage pit from all these surface shit, all these little engineers and dogs and shit that keep running around. And I guess even just like reavers and drones that come in to attack. So yeah, I'm not too sure, you know, if I do go in that direction, how I would do it, if I just build it real deep or what. I'm not sure yet. So I think we're going to have to start with a mining ship. And that way I can just get all the resources I can to build a tether. And also once I build like a big pit from mining, then maybe that might be the pit that I build the salvage rig in. So, and I do have an idea for a miner. It's kind of like a mobile drill rig, I guess. Not really a ship. So I think I'll put that together, give it a go, tinker around with it a little bit. And as soon as I feel like I'm comfortable enough with the amount of shit we have, I'll get started on the tether, hopefully. Now I've also been working on the base a lot between the episodes, so I'm just going to finish grinding this down and we'll go meet over the base and I'll give you a little tour. Okay. I think I just rammed into my gun too hard then, but that's cool. We'll just quickly look in the cargo hold here before I dock up. Okay, so there you go, there's one filled and another one, about a third I guess. So that's how much loot we just got from that drone hive. That's heaps. By the way, these laser charges are useless. I tried to look at breaking them down, but I can't. Because I don't have that mod, it doesn't recognise them. No biggie, just means I've got to keep chucking them. So there we go, there's all the loot. I will just fix up this connector and dock up. There we go. Took a bit of jiggling around. It's not the best docking spot, I've got to build a better one. Alright, so between episodes I built all these little towers. They just got 2 guns on them. I could have made more maybe. And they've all got welders in them, so they'll weld up the Gatling guns when they get shot down a bit. And I've pretty much finished these guns here. Alright, they look pretty cool. They've got welders near them too, but they don't really get it all. But they're a little bit faulty. They seem to just shoot at random shit and then they'll just stay on it shooting for ages. They're kind of annoying. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a bit of a glitch with some of these mods I got. That's why I generally don't like mods, but whatever. I haven't quite finished this one here. I haven't updated it to the new design. But that's all good. Alright, and this idea here of putting the custom turret control on the actual turret so that it becomes a small version. I got that from a guy named Wellington. He's got his own channel. I think he's a New Zealander or a Kiwi, whatever you want to call it. So thanks, Wellington. Good idea. So that reminds me of a joke anyway. There's a Kiwi walking down the street and he's got a sheep under each arm. And he passes another Kiwi who turns to him and says, "Hey, you shearing, bro?" And he replies to him, "Nah, these are both mine." Sorry, New Zealanders. I actually fucking love you guys. So, alright, so down in the base, put the light on, and I've been busy down here. Alright, I've put in all these extra hydrogen tanks, basically taking up the whole wall. Why the hell not? Same as over here with the cargo containers. I've put these screens just displaying all the shit we have. I felt like that's pretty important. That way I can just look and see, you know, blah blah blah. Got that much, and that much. Sweet. And I'll just wait for, where's the grids? Okay, 15,000 metal grids. I don't know if that's enough to build the tether. I don't really know how to work that shit out. But anyway. And I built a little glass tower here, alright? This is just the control tower for all my essentials down here, like the power, all that sort of crap. I haven't set it up yet, but it's just really so I could just come in, push one button, turn the power on and off, or turn my sorters on and off, and the refineries, just all that little crap. So it's not hugely important. I just did it for a bit of bling and just for something to do. So yeah, there it is. Alright, and I haven't finished it yet, of course. I've got to build it up here a bit more. But we'll just go up the top here, through the little stairwell. Round and round and round. Alright, so here is just a little bay here. Here is my programmable block for the Izzy script. And then if we go all the way up here, which I'm not going to right now because it's a long way. But you can just view up there, that goes to the top now, through the little main entranceway. Actually, we can just go up through here, why not? Oh. And it just comes out through the top here. Alright, there's the medical bay. And then out the front door. So now we have a proper access point to get all the way down to the bottom of the base from the surface. I normally don't care about that sort of stuff. I normally just believe in using my jetpack everywhere. But I thought for once I might just actually build a proper base on the assumption that you may not always be using your jetpack. So now when I built the tether, I thought about doing a stairwell up that as well. But I'm not going to. It's just going to be too many blocks. So it's just going to be a straight up tether. I'm going to use heavy blocks, and also I'm going to have guns going up it because we're going to have to defend the shit out of it. Because in the end I'm going to build a space station on top of it, and if the tether gets taken out, I guess the space station might fall down. So that wouldn't be very good, would it? But that's future plans. Alright, so now I'm going to get into finding a nice little place to build my mining rig. Alright, it's going to be a portable mining rig. Now I've built it in my creative world, but I haven't tested it properly. So it's going to be a bit of tweaking. So yep, I'm going to get into that, and I'll see you guys when that's done. And just as we watch the sun go down on a beautiful day, I have finished my mobile drill rig. So I didn't record me building it just because I felt like it would be a little bit boring. There was a lot of like subgrids and all that sort of shit, so it was just a bit of a complicated build. So just, I don't know, it was just too hard to record. I couldn't really think of any like decent way to present it, so I've kind of just cut all that out. Sorry about that. But yeah, here it is. We're about just over a K from the base. I have found a iron, nickel, and I think there's even cobalt down here somewhere. If I look around, there we go, cobalt. So cobalt and iron are the main two things I need for the space tether. So I figured this is a good place to start. Oh, that's pretty close. There's also a reaver out there too. Oh, what's that? Jesus. Alright, keep an eye on them. So yeah, here it is. It's the mobile drill rig rocket thing. I haven't named it yet. I'll come up with one at some point. I guess you can kind of see the idea. It'll start drilling down, alright. There's all these pistons here that go all the way up. I got about, I don't know, what, 6 going that way? Is it 6 or 7? Can't count, but anyway. And then there's 2 going this way. So I don't know how deep that'll get us, but hopefully deep enough that it gets all the ore. That's the whole point of it, is to try to just mine out a whole ore node. So we'll go down a little bit, probably to the point where these things pass the landing gear, and then they'll start to like fan out and create like a little cone shape under the ground, I guess. I guess I'm a little bit worried if I do right click mode to start that I'll lose the landing gear attachment points. But yeah, alright, this is just a test, you know, it's a work in progress. Now I have tested it out in my creative world a little bit, but I didn't get very deep. I kind of just got a bit bored with it, and but you know what, I need to just test it out in survival mode. That's where the real tests are real. So yeah, here we are. The one thing I do know for sure though is I have 2 large cargo containers, and when they're full, there is enough thrust to carry this thing, and that was pretty important to me. I figure all this sort of drill rigging stuff can it can change, you know what I mean? We can always alter it. If it's not deep enough, I can also just put in more pistons, like make this thing higher and then put in more pistons here. Which means I'll have to redo the rig, but you know, that's cool. It's tedious, but you know, that's space engineers, so I can deal with that. And the other thing is to, you know, I like the idea of having a mobile drill rig, but if it becomes too much of a pain just going back and forth, like 2 large cargo containers is a lot, but it may not be enough. So if I feel I really have to, I'll just build a little freighter, and you know, we can just be trucking the ore back and forth. That's fine, and that way this thing can just move when a whole node is just finished. You know, it saves me like having to build a drill rig every time there's a new node. And we just got a chucker here too. We'll just chuck out all the ice. I do want some ice just to keep this thing powered up and produce its own hydrogen and all that. So this will barely be able to keep up anyway, so we'll definitely have plenty of ice on board. Alright, so let's put it to the test. Okay, so I've been spending a little bit of time on my hotbars, but probably not enough. It's not fully set up yet. So we'll just get this thing spinning for now. Alright, so we're just spinning. I'm trying to go fairly fast here. It did knock on something. I don't know what. Maybe it was just when it was getting going. But I've tried to design it so it won't knock on anything. But I do make mistakes. I kind of stuffed up with the size over here. Just trying to get all them hidden, but oh well. It's done now. Okay, and I think we're ready to maybe start dropping this thing. Yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, so I do have the pistons just ticking away there, just ever so slowly. It's always going to be fun just trying to get the right speed. So I really just want to get the first layer happening. I want to see where these are going to end up in relation to the landers. You know what? Let's just try it in right click mode. Fuck it. Oh, look at that. We're hitting iron already. Alright, so that's just one piston's worth there. So these pistons down the bottom here in right click mode I don't think they're going to affect the landing gear. However, I think these ones will. But if we're hitting iron already, we could probably just go to normal mode. And it looks like we have a casualty already. Oh, we got a few. I guess we're just going to that a little bit too fast. Alright, I better go back and get some supplies to repair these. Okay, so I've just made the repairs and I think we're ready to start mining. So that's just in mining mode now. And the pistons are back on, going very, very slow. So we'll see how this goes. Now, I don't know why they broke. That's something I'm going to have to keep an eye on. So if we just go up to the cargo now, go have a look. Getting anything in there yet? We've got ice in the O2 H2 generator. Not seeing any iron or anything, but I guess we were in right click mode, so they would have cleared a little bit of space, so it's going to take a few rotations before it gets within mining range. Oh shit, that's close. But he's staying still, so hopefully he stays there. Now that's the other thing with this mining rig, it's got no defences, and we're over a K away from my guns, so we're kind of a little bit vulnerable. I've just had it running for a few minutes now. Doesn't seem to be any breakages. It's going very slow. I probably could speed up the pistons a little bit. Alright, looks like we're starting to make some progress around the edges here. Just go check the cargo. There we go. We are starting to get some iron and some nickel. Nice. Okay, so I've just been tinkering around with it here, the setup. I've just pulled the top half of the drills in, as you can see there, pretty obvious. I just kept getting breakages, and I think it's the top ones. The drill rig, or the drill's reach, when just in normal mining mode, isn't very far, so yeah, they're not doing very good. They keep knocking on the ice and breaking. That's why I put that little extra one there, that's a different colour. Hoping that'll start to push the ice out a little bit further, ready for these things. Hopefully that'll work, and when we get deep enough, I can start to fan them back out and make it all flat and straight. It's a little bit ambitious, but you know, space engineers, you gotta be ambitious. Not sure if we're hitting the ore yet. I'll check it in a minute. I've also slowed down the pistons as well. It's like almost too slow. But better late than never, right? Yep, everything's at 100% so far. Cool. So I'm just going to let that run for a bit. And hopefully I'll be back with some good news. Oh no, look, we're breaking already. Fuck's sake. I spoke too soon. Quick, shut it down, shut it down. Alright, so now I've just tried to lower the rotor speed. And we'll see if that works. Pistons are still on pretty slow, so I'm not worried about that. We'll just give this a go now. So I've just lowered the rotor speed down to about half, and I'm just going to watch it for a while. Oh look, there's a dog fight. Oh no, they all chickened out. They saw me coming. Oh no, they're at it again. Maybe it's mating season.
Exterminate.
Alright, I might just go turn the chucker on. Okay, they're still looking good. No breakages yet. Alright, and now we're just chucking out all this ice. So I doubt this could ever throw out enough ice to keep up with it, if you know what I mean. I think we'll always be putting more ice in than what we can chuck. And I've just put it on the piston there so that it's sort of always going out of the way, otherwise it's just going to roll back in the hole. In fact, it's probably going to do that anyway, so I might just put down some few things to stop it. There we go. Hopefully that'll be enough. Yeah, when they get too many, they'll just start despawning. As you can see, they already are. So, oh look, you can play basketball with ice. That's pretty cool. Okay, well, so far this is looking good. I think, yeah, I must have just had the rotor going too fast. And we just got this other sorter here, which goes straight into this cargo container, which then is tubed straight into the O2H2 generator, which is then tubed into my hydrogen engine so that we can produce our own power. And it's also straight into, I think I got two hydrogen tanks. So as we're mining, we're also producing our own hydrogen and a little bit of oxygen too, which is good. Sorry, we don't have an oxygen tank, but I can just go up here and throw my bottles in there and I'll get some oxygen. So, Bob's your fucking nana. Alright, that is actually working. Alright, we'll check the cargo here. And look at that, we're getting iron and nickel. But look, we got fuck all. Like, it's barely scratching the surface in this cargo container, so this is going to take a while. But that's cool, we can just let it go do something else, come back in like an hour when this is hopefully deeper, and I can start fanning these things out. So I'll see you then. Alright, I've had things running here for about 20 minutes. As you can see, it's going pretty well. I've had no breakages. I've even got the hinges starting to slowly rotate. However, we're getting pretty full. I mean, we've got about, I don't know, a good 30% of room left if we just have a look here. See, one's full and one is about a good quarter full. And I've been throwing out ice constantly. I even installed 3 more O2H2 generators. And we just can't keep up, so I don't really want to move the rig. And I definitely want to see this thing when it's just fully stretched out, you know what I mean? I want to see it get as deep as it can. I want to see these get fully folded out to fully believe that it works. I mean, signs are looking pretty good at the moment. As you can see, I've gone like even through the iron, so that's sick. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do the thing where I build a freighter and just come and dock to this thing and pick it up and take it back. That way this thing could just keep going. So I'm just gonna, hang on, oh that's close. Oh, it's a rotor drop pod. Okay, that'll be alright. Alright, so I'm just gonna shut everything down for now, and then I'm gonna go build a freighter, and we'll pick things up once I've done that. So I said I was about to go build a freighter, and I actually did start building it, and then I thought, hang on a minute, I've got a freighter. This thing literally is a freighter. I didn't even think of it. It's got 2 cargo containers, so it's enough to transport some shit. So I've just done a couple of runs. It works fine. I took all the iron and the nickel. There's still a little bit left, and for some reason on my 3rd trip back now, it won't transport it. I don't know why. It's kind of bugging me out, but that's cool. I'll deal with that. I mean, there's not much left in there anyway. But the big problem is these things were starting to fan out, and then they got damaged. So I've got a bit of damage here, and even the rotors, not the rotors, what are they called again? Hinges. They've copped a bit of damage. See that one? So that's not good. So it's a bit of a balancing act between how fast you go down, how much you rotate, and then how much these things fan out. I don't think these drills here actually do anything. I don't think I need them. And this system here, like, it works, but I just got to get the right speed. I've got the rotation on at the moment on 2. There you go, 2 RPM. I reckon if I went down to 1, oops, maybe that would be okay. But on the other hand, see all this ore is just sort of like along the wall here in a vein. So maybe, I don't know, maybe some pistons and a drill on here, and that way you just get to this level and just extend them out. That might be a better option, but yeah, I'm not sure. And I've definitely gone to, well, I built this thing to go real deep, because I don't know how far all the ores go down. I feel like some of the rarer ores might be deeper. So I was really just aiming for depth on this, but I might have just gone a little bit overboard. I'm not sure. I'll have to go experiment, like on a gold vein or something. I feel like that might be the deepest. And I might even just part ways with these for now. But I will go, between episodes, I'm going to move this thing over to the cobalt vein. I can't even say cobalt for some reason. And I'll do that between episodes. I'm not going to record that. And if I see anything nice and juicy on scan, I'll go get it. So hopefully the next episode I'll be attacking some shit and hopefully bringing some shit down. And then I can start to make a decision about if I do a salvage pit or not. So that'll be up next. I just want to apologise too, it's just been an episode all about this mining rig. It's been doing my head in a little bit, so hopefully we can make up with it with some action in the future. And also my schedule's been a little bit out of whack too. My work is just really busy, so that's just the way it is. So until next episode guys, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you then. Laters.